I just want to say a very big thank you to Scholarly Scouts for the opportunity to share my unique story as an international student. So before I start, I have to give a brief introduction of myself, including my education. So my name is Testimony Priscilla Ajibade. I'm from Nigeria, Southwest Nigeria to be precise. And a bit of my education. So I had my undergrad and master's degree in Nigeria, my undergrad Babcock University, and my master's University of Ibadan, where I studied anatomy. And currently, I'm a second year PhD student at MUSC in the biomedical science program, the Neurotrack. So the second question is, why did you choose to attend an institution outside of your home country for your PhD? Interesting. For me, I've always wanted exposure. I've always wanted to be trained like alongside other students from across the world. And that was a major motivation for me wanting to do my PhD outside. And then coupled with the fact that neuroscience is a science, as the case may be, and you just need that collaborative environment and like quality education. And I'm not saying that my own country could not have provided me quality education. I'm just saying that I wanted to be in the midst of other like international students and other people from across the globe studying neuroscience, and that meant a lot to me. So the third question is, what were strategies you used to get into a PhD program as an international applicant? I do have an interesting story that I will not go into too much details because of the time for this video, but for me, first strategy is I leverage so much on networking. So I got to know about Medical University of South Carolina from a conference that I attended um, through sponsorship by IBRO, which is a brain research organization. And I mean, I met the professor there and he told me about MUSC, and that really set the tone for me, making it down to Medical University of South Carolina. So I'll just say that I leverage on networking opportunities, and I always, as a person, I always try to stay relevant, like constant self-development, just so when the opportunity presents itself, I'm just like, oh, I'm ready. Fourth question is, how did you adjust to the workload during the first year of your PhD? I feel like this is a tough question, but I'll answer. I'm in my second year and I've still not fully adjusted, but some of the things that helped me thrive would be I was not afraid to ask for help. Everyone knew that. Like right from the first lecture, I opened up if I did not understand something. And the thing about this whole thing is, as an international applicant, it's very easy for you to feel like they will think I'm dumb or something, but that's not the case. Every student is struggling one way or the other. But if you speak up and you ask for help, you get help. So I went for every tutorials. I had office hours with professors. I studied with other students, and I also like all of this helped me to figure out my study style. So that sort of like helped me scale through the workload. As a person, I've just learned that resilience is really key in grad school, and that is really so. The next question is, why did you choose neuroscience as your focus? For me, neuroscience is the course or the field that brings together all of my interests. So I've always had varying interests from bioengineering to imaging, like to molecular biology, and it was very difficult to find a course that I could thrive in and something I enjoyed. And so when I first learned about neuroscience, I was like, this brings together every of my interests, and it was just something interesting. And to top it all, the brain is a very complex organ, and what we know is just a scratch of what it actually is. So I find that adventurous and interesting. Final question. What are some tips that you would give to international students who plan to apply for PhD programs in the United States? Like, the world is constantly evolving, science is evolving, so you want to be in tune with some of those things, and it will require some level of studying outside of your comfort zone. So yeah, I would say like self-development. So I've been trying like for a long time to get into grad school, and for some people it just happens immediately, but for me it took a while. And I would say that in all that period of waiting and trying to get into grad school, I wasn't just waiting. I was working actively in an institution, doing basic science research in my home country, going for conferences in neuroscience, both within my country and outside of my country. So I also like utilized a lot of the um, advantages around me. So oftentimes for most international students, you tend to feel like you don't have enough, like making your story beautiful. And I would say that for myself. And yes, as I said, also, you might apply once and you don't get in. So you just have to be determined and trust the process and make sure that you tailor your statement of purpose to what the school really wants and also start early. Like many times you want to resume fall 2025, for instance, you should have started the previous year or like 6 months prior to that time. Know all the requirements, because for international students, we also have a visa order to cross. So like just make sure you have everything prepared right before the time for application. Reach out to professors if you need to and let them know your interests. And above all, if when you make it to the interview stage, express your interest, tell your unique story, let them see the enthusiasm and the curiosity you have for grad school. So yeah, those were like some of the tips. And yes, finally, don't neglect your network. So as I said, I one of the ways I got into grad school was leveraging a network of opportunities. So yes, I really am a beneficiary of that. So you go for a conference and someone comes to speak, try to communicate your interest to them. You'll be surprised that they have the information that you need for your next step in class. I just want to say a very big thank you once again to Scholarly Scouts for this opportunity to share my story. And I hope that you've learned one or two things from this story. Thank you.